We're back with our On Politics panel here on Session 11. Now let's take a question from you this morning. We're talking about the public education crisis earlier, and one viewer asks, are there too many unfunded mandates on local school districts, and could there be a way to solve this and help the education crisis in the meantime?
Mr. Sines.
My answer is yes. There are. And so I think we're going to see a lot more talk about that during this session, obviously, with looking for cuts in spending. And so, we'll hope there'll be some good discussion, some changes on that.
Representative?
I think there are. I think there's a lot of flexibility, though, because TEA has waivers. All of this was done back when George Bush did the school bill here in Texas. But what's most important to understand, it's a blend of spending. It's the state spending and it's the school district spending, and the state is the only one that has the ability to actually put in more money without raising taxes.
Get your thoughts on it.
Well, clearly, local control's the key. We don't need the feds especially, or even Austin telling our local school districts what to do.
Let me get your reaction to the sonogram bill that Senator Patrick introduced.
This is also a simple one for us. We're about fiscal responsibility and things like that, and we don't touch social issues. People within our groups may have differing opinions on it.
Representative?
Well, it actually makes more expense for the state. You know, there are people arguing right now that we shouldn't offer sonograms to people who are actually going to bring a baby to term because it costs so much to Medicaid if that birth is under Medicaid. So I'm trying to figure out which way to go. Have a sonogram or not have a sonogram?
Mr. Sines.
Well, providing a sonogram is standard of care. It doesn't increase any costs. The cost is for the abortion clinic to have. There's no fiscal impact, and it's about informed consent. During the hearing, we saw numerous doctors come forward and say it's outrageous that this isn't already being done. It's standard of care, and the fact that women are being denied critical information, medical information that's key to their decision is really a travesty. We're seeing Planned Parenthood videos come out about the things that they're doing that are illegal, and I think Planned Parenthood and those groups are becoming very radioactive, and that deals with issues of funding as well and the type of tax dollars they're getting. You're seeing more call for that. I think Planned Parenthood is the next ACORN group. Planned Parenthood is going to have the same kind of scrutiny. The way we saw ACORN go away, you're going to see Planned Parenthood do it as well.
That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry, ACORN and Planned Parenthood the same? No, not a choice.
Okay, we're going to have to leave that for another program. We thank you all for coming in and really appreciate hearing your views this morning here on KXAN. The results of this week's On Politics panel poll are in now. We asked you, should the state require doctors to give women the option of seeing a sonogram before an abortion is performed? And the results are on your screen. The majority there showing that yes, that should take place here in Texas. If you missed any of the discussion this morning, the video will be online later today here on KXAN. Just go to our website, kxan.com, and while you're there, you can click on the On Politics tab at the top of the homepage. You can go straight to our special political site where you can check out our latest coverage, previously broadcast Session 11 programs and blogs, and as new census numbers come out possibly this week, keep your browser on politics to see the crucial redistricting possibilities coming up for Texas. Finally, you might be confused this week about where things stand in state government. When it comes to Texas, Governor Rick Perry is an eternal optimist. On Tuesday, during his State of the State address, Perry proclaimed the core elements of our economy are strong and Texas is still the envy of the nation. Democrats blasted the governor for failing to address solutions to the $15 billion budget shortfall in his speech. State Representative Joaquin Castro of San Antonio summed it up for some Democrats when he said, 2011 is Rick Perry's Madoff moment. Political posturing has always been in vogue at the Capitol. That doesn't change the fact that our elected officials somehow, some way, must come up with a balanced budget by June. We'll be here to track their progress, of course, on all our newscasts. Join David Scott for our next broadcast of KXAN News coming up today at 5 o'clock. Thank you for joining us here on Session 11. Meet the Press begins right now on KXAN. Good morning.